Heard about Foca Online TV?
You say Foca Online TV?
Foca Online TV is located within a Topo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Foca Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. Welcome to Foca Online TV. Welcome to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. My name is Foca Online, and I am your presenter here on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. This morning, of course, we love to wish you all a happy new week. Today is Monday, and today is February 19, 2024. So for our newspapers in studio this morning, we have Daily Observer newspaper, we have the Front Page Africa, New Dawn, and Hot Pepper newspaper this morning. Just so you know what is in the print this morning, government to hold payments to contractors, consultants. Government consulting. This is from Daily Observer newspaper. This is one of the top stories on this particular news feed. We are accused of bloating executive mansion payroll. We are accused of bloating executive mansion payroll. What is in the print this morning from the New Dawn newspaper? Of course, Ganta Methodist Hospital shut down. Ganta Methodist Hospital shut down. Ganta Methodist Hospital shut down. Courtier's final arguments, RLJ Kennedy Hotel physical assault case. Courtier's final argument in RLJ Kennedy Hotel's physical assault case. This is from New Dawn newspaper, of course. And lastly, from the New Dawn newspaper, unsafe abortion threatens women's health. Unsafe abortion threatens women's health. Lastly, we have the Front Page Africa newspaper and the Hot Pepper newspaper. What is in the print this morning from Front Page Africa? Central Bank of Liberia's US $80.3 million loan to government for salary sparks debate over skipping legislative approval. Central Bank of Liberia US $80.3 million loan to government for salary sparks debate over skipping legislative approval. And we have again in the print this morning, New Liberia Revenue Authority Chief vows review of controversial exercise STEM contract amid corruption allegations. New Liberia Revenue Authority Chief vows review of controversial exercise STEM contract amid corruption allegations. Lastly, from our newsroom this morning, we have Liberian women rally against Prophet Key, call for support for Ambassador Indy. Liberian women rally against Prophet Key, call for support for Ambassador Julie Indy. And from the Hot Pepper newspaper, we have another interesting top story this morning that's going to be announced later from our newsroom. But firstly, let's dive into our news presentation when we get back after this short break. Kindly stay with me, continue to share our live stream, make use of our comment section, because this is the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. This is where we bring innovation to broadcasting on Foca Online TV. Please stay with me as I will be right back shortly.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Toba. My name is Foca Online. Haven't you heard about Foca Online TV?
You say Foca Online TV?
Foca Online TV is located within a Topo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Foca Online TV daily edition of Inside the Print Media does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media with your presenter, Greg Courage Park. Daily Observer newspaper, government to halt payments to contractors consultants. The United Party government has reached a decision to withhold salary payments to consultants and contractors hired by the previous administration until a comprehensive review of their legitimacy is conducted. Top sources have hinted to the Daily Observer. It has been a huge discussion within the government for the past week, and the general feeling is that payments for people who fall in those categories needs to be withheld until the government does a thorough scrutiny of their legitimacy. A top Ministry of State source who asked for anonymity said if the government does not do this, it will be putting the Liberian people's money in the wrong hands, while the people who are doing the actual work will be shortchanged. There is a growing concern within the government that many individuals hired by the previous CDC administration were hired as consultants and contractors based on their political affiliation or personal relationship with former President George Manawia and other top officials, rather than for their professional expertise. It is alleged that these individuals receive taxpayer funds without fulfilling their duties as consultants or contractors. It is in response to these concerns that Barker administration has called for a thorough assessment of all consultants and contractors to identify and remove those who were illegally appointed. The goal is to integrate genuine consultants and contractors into the new system while eliminating those who were not properly vetted. I cannot be too definite about actions, but we are intending to take against them now. But I can assure you that the government is on the verge of taking a tough stance. A source at the Finance Ministry said, "We will communicate these things through the appropriate channel, but we have resolved to be rigid against the system." Kanta Methodist Hospital shut down. Kanta Methodist Hospital shut down. The doors of the Kanta United Methodist Hospital have been shut for over 48 hours as workers strike for unpaid arrears. Workers told the Daily Observer on Saturday that they embarked on a go-slow because of the management's failure to pay their salaries for the past 2 months. This is one of the major go-slow actions at the hospital in recent time, where all departments closed their doors, leaving the hospital completely deserted with no electricity. Patients in the various medical wards called for help, demanding treatment, but nobody paid attention to their conditions. Since Thursday, February 15, 2024 afternoon, No treatment has been given to my son, said an elderly lady whose son was said to be suffering from diabetes. My brother went under medical operation and his condition is still bad. Since this morning, no attention has been paid to him, said Emmanuel Yei, a caretaker. The nurses are saying they will not work until they can be paid. The workers complain that since December they have yet to get their salaries and the management doesn't care to listen to their plight. The nurses abandon us and we are dying here slowly. One of the patients of the female was shouted as this reporter was interviewing other people. The outpatients department was closed, leaving patients to sleep on benches in frustration without any indication of what to do next. I came to see the doctor, but we met all doors closed. Nobody could even pay attention to us, said one Morris down. I don't know what next to do in this situation since I came from a long distance, he said. Some group of nurses were brought together by Mission Station Superintendent Reverend Priscilla Guyenen to convince them to resume work, but they could not listen to her apology. Dr. Francis Kater, who is also a board chairman of the hospital, talked with the aggrieved workers via a mobile phone to stop the go-slow, but his request was not heeded. Courtier's final argument, New Dawn newspaper. Prosecutors at the Painesville Magisterial Court have concluded final arguments in the inhuman treatment and malpractice case between the operational manager of the RLJ Sari, Canada Beach Resort, and Villas Hotel, Roberta Tocono, and one of its former employees, Daniel Fala Flomo, who alleged that he was illegally dismissed by the management in December 2023. A former contractor of the renowned hotel, Mr. Flomo, has sued the RLJ Canada Hotel Management at the Painesville Magisterial Court after he suffered inhuman treatment and was alleged dismissed illegally by the management without benefits after nearly 14 years of service dating from 2009 to 2023. He is among more than 300 workers who were illegally redundant between 2020 hotel management. He had initially complained of bad labor practice and malpractices by the management, but his vocal stance against management led to physical assault allegedly by the RLJ operation and policies manager Roberta Tocono before his subsequent dismissal. However, in a writ of summons and statement of claims dated 18 December 2023, issued by the clerk of court Hector M. Dodo, Flomo alleged that his former boss, defendant Roberta Tocono, was in a constant habit of assaulting him at the workplace. The plaintiff, whose service with the RLJ Canada Hotel ended on December 2, 2023, narrates in the writ of summons on the first day of December 2023 at the Canada community, the defendant, with criminal intent initially and illegally, hit him in the chest, for which he is going through severe pain as a result of the hit, thereby committing the crime of simple assault in violation of Section 14.21 of the law. The Painesville Magisterial Court, during trial on Tuesday, January 16, 2024, listed the matter for final agreements between both the defendants and plaintiff after at least 3 witnesses, namely Martha M. Thompson, head of the Hotel Workers Union, Maria Miki, a Liberian staffer, and Ruben Tuwamsi, a Ghanaian, testified of exchange of voice between Flomo and his former boss, Tocono, but couldn't say there was physical assault. During recording of their statement in court, head of the Workers Union, Martha M. Thompson, told prosecutors that complaints Flomo had complained Madame Tocono of hitting him in the chest while listening to his concern. She continued that Madame Tocono had pointed her finger in the face of Daniels as she tried to calm down the situation, but there wasn't any hate between the two. She told lawyers that the situation was resolved and Daniel returned to work. For his part, witness Ruben Tuamsi said Madame Tokono had asked for a way to pass as Daniel stood in the way to the kitchen, but she didn't witness any assault, only exchange of words between the two. Unsafe abortion threatens women's health. Unsafe abortion threatens women's health. The CEO seek a joint alliance to target the menace. A 2023 report released by the Ministry of Health revealed that about 38,779 induced abortions took place in Liberia in 2021. The ministry realized the report in partnership with the Clinton Health Access Initiative called CHA, the African Population and Health Research Center, APHRC, and Guttmacher. This translates to an induced abortion rate of 30.7 per 1,000 women of reproductive age and an induced abortion ratio of 229 abortions per 1,000 live births. This alarming data was prompted and has been prompted an important conversation about the need for affordable and easily accessible sexual and reproductive health service in Liberia. It also considers safe abortion practice to prevent women and girls from dying from unsafe abortion care. Some people, especially religious and traditional leaders, believe that these practices are contrary to biblical teaching and African tradition. The public health law is presently being reviewed by the Liberian Senate with a particular emphasis on the legality of safe abortion. She said it is intended to promote a responsible and constructive influence on public opinion about journalism and reporting of topics on the sexual and reproductive health and rights of women. We thought it wise that over the years, in as much as we are advocating for a safe space as it relates to sexual reproductive health and rights, particularly women's rights to their body anonymity, which needed to partner with the media, she noted. We believe that women should have direction over their bodies because they are ones going through the situation, and we are strong conviction that the media is going to play a huge part, said Miss Lida Precious Dolo, Executive Director of Help in a Mother Newborn Initiative. She said if the media are aware of the issue, they can reach the message of this to thousands of people across the country, and they can be able to shift the mindset of the people on the SRHR issues. This is how we transition to another platform here from Page Africa. Central Bank of Liberia, US 80.3 million loan to government for salaries sparked debate over skipping legislative approval. The Central Bank of Liberia is once again under the spotlight. A member of the House of Representatives has requested the appearance of the executive governor to provide explanations for what he described as a violation of the Public Procurement Management Law (PFM) by extending US 83.05 million loan to the George Weah administration last December for the purpose of paying civil servants' salary without legislative approval. The Public Financial Management (PFM) Act of 2019 governs the management of Liberia public finance. The act also amended in 2019 to improve the country's decentralization program, which aims to share revenues with local governments. Reverend Rachel Kuhn, in a communication to the Speaker, informed members of the House that the Central Bank of Liberia in November 2023 lent US 50.2 million to the past administration, which was then in transition. Again in December, according to Representative Kuhn, another 32.85 million was lent to the same administration by the central bank through a resolution adopted by the Board of Governors of the bank in its regular meeting on December 14, 2023. New Liberia Revenue Authority Chief vows review of controversial exercise STEM contract amid corruption allegations. New Liberia Revenue Authority Chief vows review of controversial exercise STEM contract amid corruption allegations. Mr. Double Jala, the Commissioner General of the Liberia Revenue Authority, LRA, who is poised to assume office on March 1, has told Front Page Africa that he will review the conditions under which the contract for production of exercise duty stems was awarded to an Indian company which a Front Page Africa investigation previously found to have an internationally corrupt reputation. Upon taking over, we will review the award process and whether due diligence was conducted, Mr. Jala said. Commissioner General Jala is committed to review the contract when Front Page Africa brought to his attention the litany of corruption allegations the company producing the exercise stamps. The excise tax stamps is a specially designed stamp with digital and other security features. The main purpose of excise stamp is to provide a physical means of collecting tax. The stamps denote that a payment has been made or it is due to be made to the LRA with regard to exercisable items such as a pack of cigarettes or a bottle of alcohol. This means every tobacco product or bottle of alcohol products imported or manufactured in the country will have to pay the excise. A Front Page Africa investigation in 2021 revealed that Major Security Printers Incorporated, the company that was awarded the contract by the LRA, has a history of scandals in several countries: Kenya, Sudan, India, and Bangladesh, among others. During the launch of the stamp in 2021, the former Commissioner General of the LRA, Thomas Dona, now late, described the launch of the excise tax stamp as a major milestone geared towards expanding the tax net and increasing revenue collections. However, critics remained unsure amid concerns that the stamp was marked in secrecy and lacking transparency. Major security printers competed with the likes of Dila Root, the company printing the stamp for the Ghana Revenue Authority. But according to the LRA, Majors offer the best prices during the bid. Liberian women rally against Prophet Key, call for Ambassador Andy support. Liberian women rally against Prophet Key, call for support for Ambassador Judy Andy. Several women's groups in Liberia have raised their voices in protest against the recognition and courtesy being accorded to the popular Facebook blogger known as Prophet Key. The blogger, whose real name is Nyapokma Opa Yezin, is notorious for his consistent use of abusive and derogatory language toward Liberian women on his social media talk show war stage. The women groups argued that Prophet Key's behavior contradicts the cultural values of Liberia, where women, especially mothers, are highly respected and held in high esteem. They expressed deep concern over the fact that a man who has repeatedly disrespected womanhood and brought many women to public ridicule is being celebrated in Liberian history. To see a man who has repeatedly demonstrated that he has no morals, no respect for women, and elderly being held in Liberia is very disheartening. This man should have no place in our society. Anybody who respects womanhood or loves and respects their mother will not extend any privilege to him, stated a representative of the call to action include rallying behind Ambassador Julie Indy, who has taken legal actions against Prophet Key. Ambassador Indy filed charges against Prophet Key, accusing him of criminal coercion, menacing, and disorderly conduct. She alleged that Prophet Key's action, including spreading false information about her character on his social media platform, were intended to bring her to public ridicule and shame. The Citizens United for the Protection of Women Integrity, CUPWR, Women on the Move Lifters, Traditional Women, National Rural Women, Muslim Women for Agriculture, COPP, Will Look Up to God Women, Mothers of Liberia, Peacetime Women, Kukatunu Women, and Nakel Women have all condemned Prophet Key's unorthodox behavior. Women representing other groups, including the Traditional Souls, Liberia Women Mass Action for Peace, Tree Witness, Shining Stars, Culture Bright Stars, Musical All Stars, Women United Against Violence, Etta Tucker Foundation, 8, Nimba Women, Young Women in Actions, and Margibi District 5, Women for Peace, believe that an insult targeted at Madam Indy is also targeted at them. They demand that Prophet Key be dealt with accordingly to the law to serve as a deterrent to others and to end his unsavory behavior that some have hailed him for. Hot Pepper Newspaper, Multi-Sector Committee Against Drug Abuse launches assessment today. Multi-Sector Community Against Drug Abuse launches assessment today. This is how we take a short break. When we get back, I fill you in lastly on the Hot Pepper Newspaper. Thanks to all of you for joining us this morning. I really, really do appreciate you and the efforts you show every day to be here on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. When we get back, I will fill you in on the news piece. Our concluding paper, the Hot Pepper Newspaper, with the headlines: Multi-Sector Committee Against Drug Abuse launches assessment today. Thanks for joining us, and I will be right back. Sure.
Foca TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Foca TV, with check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Foca TV, bringing you face-to-face with newsmakers in town. Foca TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Foca TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Foca.
Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media with your presenter, Craigfin and Courage Par. Multi-Sector Committee Against Drug within our country, Liberia, launches assessment today. Multi-Sector Committee Against Drug Abuse launches assessment today. In response to the pressing public health issue of drug and substance abuse, President Joseph Human Boaka Sr. declared a state of emergency during his State of the Nation address on January 29, 2024. Yesterday marked a significant step forward as the Multi-Sector Committee, chaired by Dr. Louis Mapo Boto, Minister of Health, held its first meeting at the Ministry of Health MOH. The committee, composed of key ministries and agencies including the Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Youth and Sports, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Ministry of Education, Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, convened to address the urgent need for coordinated action. Under the leadership of Dr. Boto, the committee has established a secretariat charged with developing comprehensive strategies, and a roadmap to combat drug and substance abuse within 3-year time frame. This includes developing strategies and a roadmap and assigning the duties and responsibility to each participating ministry and agency. Commencing on Monday, February 19, 2024, the Multi-Sector Committee will conduct a thorough assessment aimed at identifying rehabilitation sites for at-risk youth and evaluating the current state of drug and substance abuse in Liberia. This initiative seeks to foster collaborative partnership among law enforcement, healthcare, education, social service, donors, and other relevant sectors to tackle this complex issue. As Liberia confronts the challenges posed by drug and substance abuse, the government remains committed to prioritizing the health and well-being of its citizens. Through concerted efforts and proactive measures, the government remains committed to prioritizing the health and well-being of its citizens. Through concerted efforts, the government remain focused. The government remain active in 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 issues concerning the well-being of its citizens, especially the health issues. Thanks to all of you for joining us this morning. Just so you know, from now until March, the central bank is now recruiting all of the old money within our country, Liberia, not the new ones, not the new money we have now that have been printed. The old ones, the old $5, they are now recruiting all of those money. So you can take it to the bank now and get new ones. But from now to March, the money will be expired from the market, so you have to do otherwise. And I saw this alert at the UBA bank. So it's prudent enough that people take this into consideration. Any old money you have, way back, right? The ever since morning, not $10, the $20, the $5, you will have to return it as soon as possible because by March that money will be expired from the market. So please do the needful and let all of the money leave the market and let's only have the new money we have right now. Thanks to all of you for joining us this morning. Of course, the issue of Prophet Key is really disgusting and it's not something to hail him for. I see a lot of young people come online and yeah, they sometimes try to imitate Prophet Key, try to do a video insulting and doing the same thing. Yeah. So it's something that is not worth praises. Let me say that there's nothing to hail him about. You cannot say you are aspiring for a position. You want to be a culture ambassador, and all you do is you come on a platform. You call your platform, I don't know, the Yazoo or however you call it. You come on your platform and then you insult females, you insult males, you insult. I mean, you are a cultural person, and you know, within our country, Liberia, our culture depicts that you should respect older people. So, if you are a cultural person or you are aspiring for that position, you look at a president, you insult him. You look at someone who can be your father, you insult them. Then the issue of women nowadays in our country, Liberia, you go ahead and insult any woman you find it comfortable to insult. I think this is really bad. This is really bad. You should stop holding him. And people should now take the stand. This man needs to be detained. This man needs to be punished. He needs to face the law. And if the law rules well, he should be punished for certain things. And he should understand that this particular thing he is doing is wrong. You see people on the broad street, telling Prophet Key, for what? That's the question that comes to mind. What exactly are you holding him for? Okay, fine. He come on his platform, he talk about issues relating to our country like Liberia. Does that mean he should be abusive? You have young people on the internet, you have children on the internet. You cannot be so rude in your presentation. Prophet Key is a man, he's from a traditional end. We expect more from him. Let me just say that. We expect more from him. And I say this to say that I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of him. Because for one fact, you cannot be a blogger. And every time you go to your platform, the only thing you do is you insult. You use languages that are profane. So it doesn't make sense. What is it that people are learning from you? What is so good about your show? What is so good about your platform? Then you did not just stop there. You went ahead insulting the culture ambassador Judy Andy. That is not worth praises. That does not worth anything of praise. Let's be honest here. Prophet Key needs to come to a place of reasoning. Let me say that. He needs to limit all of those negative thoughts in all of his insults. He needs to limit. If you have issue with someone, state your issues. Simple as it is. State your issues. Give your evidence. Do whatever you want to do. But you don't have to insult the person. You don't have to lie on the person. Like the actual thing that is happening to the person, you go ahead and frame it differently. You mischaracterize the person. You present the person to the whole world. I mean, these are things that needs to stop, especially when you are a media person. To be honest, Prophet Key needs to start this, and these women should continue to push for justice. As I will be on this platform telling people that we need to put stop to these things for men, especially you as a man born from a woman, and you go ahead and insult her. No, this is so bad. So we say thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Greg Courage Fire. I really do appreciate you here on this platform. And of course, I'm going to be back tomorrow with another interesting stories relating to our country, Liberia, and the world at large. Please stay with me on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. This is where we bring innovation to you. This is where we bring news relating to our country, Liberia, and the world at large. I love you. This is how I say happy new week to all of you. May God bless our going in and our coming out this week and weeks to come. Bye bye.